Right, people. So we'll start today's session. We have lot many things to learn today. Simple things, okay? There are many things what you'll actually have to learn about in today's session, which will help you in working on the advanced options in the future. So what are the things we're learning? So we'll go one by one and we keep telling you about few things about the layouts, about hierarchy, about folders. There are so many simple things what you have to understand before working on the complex examples. What is that? First, what we'll do, we'll try to import the data. Okay. So I'm using this, the trial version itself as of now. So we'll go here, we'll take the sample superstore and I'm taking only one table. So still we are not into multiple tables. So we have something called as blending, then we have the joins, relationships that we'll learn after a few classes. Now I'll select only one table. I'll just drag and drop. You've already done this part, right? Just drag and drop, try to understand all this data. If people have joined today or new for this, the two classes videos are there in the Telegram channel. You can join there and you can watch those two videos. Okay. All right, so assuming that we all have understood about this data part, the data source. So what we'll do is we'll directly go to the sheet today and we'll try to learn about few things what we have in this particular sheet. So we also have learned about sheet, dashboard, and the story, right? What they actually do. But in depth, we'll go one by one from today. Right. So first thing is we'll understand about the layout here. The understanding of the layout is very, very important. I told you, whenever you want to learn something, first thing is we'll have to explore. And after that, experiment. Then only we can become expert, right? Otherwise, if you don't explore things, you'll not know what options are, where they are available, right? Right. So what we'll do, first we'll try to explore the layout. In a simple way, we'll try to explore. First thing, you can see here, this one, these are called as the tabs. What we have in Power BI, Excel, Word, exactly same thing. Here also we have the tabs, correct? Just below that, we have the toolbar. Same thing we have in that Excel, Power BI also we have the toolbars, right? So the toolbars are more easy for me because the icons are available here. I can use that one click, whatever task I want to do, that will perform. Just below this, you can see there are so many small boxes. Let's understand what these boxes are. First thing, what you see here, this is called as the data pan. The data pan. Okay. What is this data pan? If you see, just observe this Power BI. We have that in the right hand side. The data pan where we have all the columns. If you go for the pivot tables, if you are creating pivot tables, there also we have that pan, right? Where we have all the column names, the field names of the table, what we have imported, correct? Right. Similarly, I have all the columns here of all the tables, what we have imported. In the data pan, we have one more option that is analytics. So if you want to do some, we have a report, we have a visualization. If you want to show some analysis, then we can use this tab. So this tab we'll do after a few classes once we learn about the visualization. So what this will do, you can see I want to have a constant line. Constant line means I have a visualization, I have a chart, say the column chart. I want to know where the average line is from a constant line or say from target line, something like that. If you want a constant line, if you want to show, we can use this constant line. So likewise, we have average line, mean, say median, that anything on the analytics part we have here, which we'll be learning once we learn the visualization. So this data pan is very important for us. As and when I import the tables, all the columns will be listed here. We can use this columns for creating the reports. Done? Okay. Next, coming to the next pan, you can see here pages, filters, marks. These are called as the shelf. Shelf means, you know what is shelf? In our house on the cupboard, we have that shelf. What do? We'll keep the books, we'll keep clothes or something. We have to place somewhere. Say we have something to place. some items and all, right? That is called a shelf. Similarly, we have these shelves where I can place my columns, the fields for creating the reports. Columns, rows, all these are called as shelf, but they are for different purpose. For example, I have these pages. I can use this for animating my reports. I have filters. If you want to filter my reports, I can use this filters. If you observe, the same thing is there in the Power BI also, filters. Marks. This is the main part where we can change the colors. We can add labels. If you want to change the chart. So this marks, what it will do is, these are all called as the cards, small cards. I want to change the color. I can go here. I can change the color here. I want to increase or decrease the size. I can go here. I want to have some text here. I can go here. Say I want to get some details. I want to get some tool tips. So all these are available. Apart from this, there are more other cards which will be coming here according to my visualization, according to my fields, what I've taken. Okay, right? I'm just now explaining about what all these are. We'll work practically after that. Next, coming to this columns and rows. The columns are nothing but the column headers. The rows are nothing but the row headers. For example, let's say I want the, let's take ship mode. Okay, I'll drag and I'll drop in columns. Can you see that the column headers? Let me take the region and put in rows. See the row headers. Okay, so we have the column header and the row headers. Now here what I have, this is for the value field. Let's say I'll take one sales and I'll drag and drop. See, I'll get this. Remember in the previous session, we learned about the blue and the green color, so the blue one is called as dimension. The green one is called as the measure. Okay. And if you see this, see the shape, how do they look actually? They look like capsules, right? Pill. We call it as pill. So it is called as pills. It's like a capsule what we have, right? The tablets. So you can see that it's called as pill actually. We call it as pills. So let me remove this. If you don't want, I can just drag and drop outside like this. Understood? So these are the shells. The columns, what I drag and drop, they're called as pills. And we have the canvas. This is called as the canvas. Just observe, it says drop a field, drop a field, drop a field. I'll drag this region and drop it here. See? Understood? When I dropped it in the row field, you can see that it will automatically go. So you don't have to go and drop always here. You can drop anywhere you want. Let me drag the sales and drop it here. See? I'll drag and drop something in column headers. See? Getting? Okay. Let me remove this. Apart from this, there is something called a show me. What is show me? Let me go and click on this. It is nothing but the visualization tab what we have, right? The pan, the build pan in say Power BI or the Excel, we have the charts. So all the visualizations will be available here. That's true. So this is how actually we can explore, and these are the things which are available in Tableau. There are more other things which will keep appearing as and when we keep creating the reports. Done, all of you? Okay. Here we have one more, that is the data guide. So as and when we keep, dragging and dropping here, it will suggest few things. This we can learn only after learning about few chapters. So I'll just minimize this. Done. Understood, all of you? So this is about the Tableau layout. There are hundreds of options to work. Now what we'll do first, we'll come to this data part. Here we have the columns. Okay. Whenever I import the data, first thing, my task is to study the data. understand it as much as possible. Right. Next is I want to create the report. That's what we actually do. So what we have to do is here first say I have this category, city, all this. There are so many columns are there. What we'll do is we'll try to group them into some places so that it will be easy for me to create the reports. Now, for example, you see I have a date. Okay. All right. See here. Let me just show you something. All of you just listen here. See, I'll drag this order date and I'll put it here. Just observe. You can see there is a plus mark there. This is very important. Most of them actually ignore this. They're not even bother to understand what it is. You just observe in Power BI when I actually drag and drop the order data or any data, you can see it is actually in a hierarchy. What is the hierarchy? Year, quarter, month, and day, correct? For any of the business intelligence tool, the date will come automatically with the hierarchy. Hierarchy is what? The flow. If you see, I'll click on this plus mark. See, water. Let me click on this plus mark. Month. Let me click on this. Day. Understood? So it's a hierarchy. This hierarchy will come automatically for any given date. A column is date. Yes, this hierarchy will come automatically. Now let me remove this. Now what I'll do, I'll go here. I have this city, country, region, and state. Understood? Don't you feel that's a hierarchy? I have a country, then I have region, then I have state, then I have city, and also we have the postal code. Understood? So it is a hierarchy actually. Now what I'll do, I want to create the report. Say I'll take this country and I'll drag and drop. Do we have the plus mark there? No. If you want to create the hierarchical report, what we are doing is we'll go here, say region, sorry, country, and then I'll take the region. Then I'll take the state, then city, and then the postal code. This is the hierarchy. But don't you think it is very tedious job? Always dragging all the, how many columns? 5 columns. Instead, what I'll do is, let me remove this region. Instead, what I'll do is, I will make a hierarchy out of these columns. These columns will not have automatically the hierarchy are not created. So what we have to do is, we have to do it manually. How to create the hierarchy? Now you just observe, I have all the columns placed here. Let me clear all this. You can clear, here we have this clear. Alt plus Shift plus backspace, the shortcut key. Alt plus Shift plus backspace. Now, how to create the hierarchy? Creating hierarchy is very simple. So now we're actually trying to organize my columns. In the previous session, we understood about the data, what we had imported. Now what we're trying to do is we are trying to arrange. We're trying to what? Arrange the columns. What I'll do is I'll go here to country region. That is the first value or say first column of that particular hierarchy. Right click. Here we'll have something called as hierarchy. Can you see that? Hierarchy. Let me click on this hierarchy, create hierarchy. It will create the hierarchy automatically. Now it is giving me country region, whatever column I've selected, the same column name it will give. Instead, I will say location. And let's click on this. Okay. Can you see that? We got one small icon here, like what all these data types are there. Likewise, we got one small icon here. So this is the hierarchy. Now I need to add more other columns as well. So what is the next hierarchy? I'll go to region, right click. Can you see this hierarchy here? If I move my cursor here, can you see? It says create hierarchy, add to hierarchy. So now I have to decide whether I have to create a new one or to add to the existing one. So where should we add? To the existing one, which is nothing but the location. See? Understood. Now let's say I'll go to city, right click, and I'll say hierarchy location. Got added. Now let me go to postal code, right click, hierarchy, add to hierarchy, right? Now I just right click on the columns and I was trying to add it. Instead of that, we can also do like this. Can you see this state? This also supposed to come in this particular hierarchy. I can drag it and I can drop like this. Can you see here when I'm dragging? See, you can see that it's getting highlighted here. But when I move that to the hierarchy, can you see that it's coming some lines like this? That means I can place it anywhere. It was supposed to be here, right? I forgot to take state. So don't worry. So I can now also go and drag and drop it here. If I say right click and say add to hierarchy, the location which is already there, it will add in the end. But now I can drag it and I can place it anywhere I want. Now let's say, for example, I have added this state at the end. Okay, I created one hierarchy location. Now I have country, region, city, postal code, and state. All the list of hierarchies are there. You know what happens when I drag this location or I can drag this region? See, can you see that? The plus mark is coming now. Previously it was coming. It was not coming. Now let me click on this plus. So what will be the next hierarchy for me? Region. What will be the next one? City. People online, what will be the next value? You can comment. You can comment. Okay.
City. City.
Yeah. So it is actually city. Now, if I click on the city, what will be the next one? Postal code. And if I click on this, next will be the state. So it is easily understood for everyone that whatever hierarchy I created, the list is exactly same. Yes. Understood. Now it is very, very easily understandable that if you want to create the hierarchy, how my hierarchy has to be that I have to create. Now, the problem here is the state. The state was supposed to be here after region. So I'll drag it and I'll put it here, right? But still, if I drag that, see, I drag it and put it here, it is just for the report what I'm creating currently, only it will change. But if you go here, if I click on this plus mark and again, if I go, see, it'll get rearranged. What should I do? You say, what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll try to correct it, drag it, and I'll drop it here. When I drag and drop, can you see that? The plus mark, the mark, whatever is there, the plus or minus, expandable or collapsing, we call it as. Got changed now. You just observe now. I will click on this. See, automatically this coming. That means the order has been changed. Now, if I go here, see, country, region, state, city, postal. It is perfectly fine now. Yes. Okay. Now let me remove all this. I'll clear this. So now you have to understand. I want to create a hierarchy. Why should I create a hierarchy? Whenever you have any reports to be created on a hierarchical manner, hierarchical report. Say there is a CEO. Then after that, vice president. Say, next senior business or senior managers. Then managers. You know that organizational hierarchy will be there. Similarly, wherever you feel that there are some hierarchies, please create the hierarchies. Done? Okay. Now let me see. Now, whenever I want to create any reports on the location, I'll go here, expand this, then I can create. It doesn't mean that I should always take all the, the columns. I can also take, say, for example, I want only state. I can drag it like this. So only state also I can take, not a problem. Let me remove this. Right. So we understood about the hierarchy. Now, let me see here. Say I have category, then I have subcategory, then I have product ID, product name. Tell me, The category and subcategory can be a hierarchy. But the product names, the product ID, all this I cannot go and take as a hierarchy only. Because you know what happens, say for example, now I have the category and subcategory. The products can be anything, right? So what, but so all these are of same categories. All these columns speaks about some products, some items, some subcategories or something, right? I want all these to be in one place, but they're not hierarchy. Understood? They're not hierarchy, but still I want them to be in one place. So assume that I'm creating one, I'm actually creating one project, or say I want to work on some project. I have some 50 files. Next day I'll get one more project. Then there are some another 40 files. Will I keep everything in one folder? All the both the projects 50 plus 40, all the both project the files in the same folder. So what do? We'll create one project one and put all the 50 files in project one. The next is project two. All the 40 files of project two will be in project two. Why do we do that? Because I'm trying to organize my files. Now it is easy for me. I'll go to project one and I can easily work on project one. Project two, I have all the files related to project two. That is, we're creating a folder, we're organizing the files. So what I'll do, I'll put this category, subcategory, product ID, product name, or anything related to that into one folder, not hierarchy. So what I'll do, any of the columns, right click, and here we have create, sorry, not this create, group by, sorry, folder. Okay, 1 minute. Let's say 1 minute, people, group by, we'll say by folder. See the thing, okay. Say if it says tables, that means the fields are actually organized by tables. The fields are organized by tables. But when I go here, can you see this group by, make it as folder, then only I can create it by folder, because you know what happens, all the fields will be in one table. So first I'll change that to folder. This will not create the folder. It is first I'm trying to make the columns to get organized in folder wise. Folders, create a folder. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll take the folder as say product details. Okay. I'm saying product details and I'll click on OK. See, you can see that there is one folder got created. It is very much different from hierarchy. Okay. Now I have this category. Now what I'll do, I'll take this subcategory, drag and I'll drop it here. Previously, did you observe that there was one line coming, one small line, so that I can arrange that in the order I need. But the folder is not like that. See, I'll just drag and drop. It is coming like a box, the container. If I leave this, automatically it is placing it somewhere, right? Let me go to product, right click, folder, add to folder. This way also I can do. I can drag and drop, or I can use this, click on this, see. Automatically it got arranged somewhere. Now let me go here. I want the order ID. Let me take this also. Folders, add to folder, product, see. Okay, let's take the order date. I'll drag and drop. And then I'll say what else is left. Subcategory is done. Product, okay, product ID. You just observe, it is not allowing me to arrange it. It is arranging automatically. How is it getting arranged? If you just observe that, how is it getting arranged in area?
Alphabetical order.
Yeah. Any idea, others? Any idea, others?
That's correct. Alphabetic orders.
Pardon?
Alphabetic order.
Very good. Okay. You people offline. It is arranging in alphabetical order. Okay. So see, when I'm actually teaching you, while observing itself, it's very easy for you to understand. Some of them actually answered quickly. Why? Because it is so easy to understand, right? It is very obvious that it is getting arranged in alphabetical order. Correct? Understood? Now the difference between the folder and the location, can you see that there are so many columns? Now it got reduced, right? It was too big. Now it is getting reduced. So it is easy for me. Now if I want to create some, the reports on product, directly I'll go here, expand this, and I can select this. The difference between a hierarchy and a folder is a folder and hierarchy both keeps the related columns together. But hierarchy will always go in order what we have given. Folder is not like that. It is a place where we just dump all the columns which are related, or say which are almost related to each other, similar to each other. Done. So this is the first thing. Say after importing, this is the first thing what you have to do. Why? Because it will be easy for me to organize my data and start creating the reports. Done. So what is folders and what is the hierarchy? All of you? Okay. Right. So we understood about what is the folder, what is hierarchy. The next part is using the fields. How to use the fields, where all I'll drag and drop, that is very important. Don't blindly go and keep on, I've seen people, they'll drag, drop. They don't know what to do. So which column I should take, and if I drop it somewhere, what will happen? That I'll teach you now one by one. Okay, all of you, just make a note of it or just listen. Anyways, this video has been given, so concentrate on this, people. I'll tell you very frankly. I'll tell you, no, you go to any YouTube channel, go to any trainers. I'm not just boosting myself. They'll not go and tell you all these step by step. Like this, right away start dragging and dropping and teaching all your other visualizations. Don't do that. I'll tell you what he'll say. All these shells, whatever is there, what all uses are there, one by one. I'll tell you. Keep this in mind. It will become very easy for you to start creating the dynamic visualization. Okay. First thing what you have to learn is about the columns and rows. What is that? Columns and rows are when I'm creating any visualization, I just have to go here and drag and drop here for column header and the row header. Let me take, let's say I'll go to this location. I'll take this region, drag and drop in row. See, you see that I'm getting this heading done. Okay. Next is I will take the sales and I'll drag and drop here. Okay. Now you just observe what happens. It is coming somewhere here. I was expecting that to come in columns. You just see here, it says the total sales. This is the total sales. Always in the canvas, when I drag and drop, that will be calculating the summarized values automatically. Same thing as in Power BI also. So this we call it as implicit calculation. Implicit means it is happening internally. We are not doing anything. If you want, you can go and you can change it. Say we can go, we can change anything. Say measure, average, median, and all. This I'll tell you when it comes to the calculations. Not now, but still I'm just telling you, you can change it. Can you see that it says sum of sales? It is not saying as sales, right? Now if you go here, measure, see, I'll go and I'll change this to average. Can you see that it'll change to average? So these are implicit. That means we can change it, then it will get calculated automatically. I was expecting something on top, that is in the columns, but automatically it is coming and placing here. Why? Because it is getting aggregated. That means the values are getting calculated. It is not getting grouped. Let me remove this. Let me take the segment. I'll drag and drop here. Can you see that? Getting this. See? Understood? All of you? Now the column headers and the row headers we understood. Now here it says ABC, ABC. It's a placeholder where I can drag and drop my values. That is the measures. Which color is measure? Green color. So
Green.
just keep that in mind. Then in interviews they ask, don't say that measure means green color. I'm just telling you so that you'll remember it. Measures are not green colors. The pills what we have, the green color, whatever we get, that is actually measure. Measure means usually it is calculations, the aggregate values what we get. Now let's say, now what I'll do, I'll take this sales, just observe, I'll drag and I'll drop it here. See, still again it is coming here. What does it says? It says T. T is what? The text. Let me remove this. Now instead of dragging here, let me take this and I'll put it here. Still it is going there. That means this card, we call it as card. Okay. So if you want the column header, I'll give it here. If you want the row header, I'll give it here. If you want any values to be here, then I have to take this text. Let me drag this and drop it here. See, it is getting aggregated. It is getting aggregated according to the columns what we have taken. Now I'll remove this segment. You just observe, I'll remove this segment. See, it is giving me some total here, right? When I give the segment, then there is some other results, correct? So you should understand how my column should be dragged and where it has to be dropped. Understood, all of you? Okay. Now we understood about the columns and rows. The columns and rows. Now coming to this part, what is this? One we understood, that is text. When I dragged and dropped, the text we understood, it is aggregating and is giving me the total of the sales value what we have taken. Now what I'll do is, I will go here, I'll take the region and put it anywhere. Okay, just put it anywhere. Let me take the region, put it here. Okay. And this time, I will take the sales value. Okay. I'll not drop it here. Say, previously when I dropped it here, what happened? I was getting this numbers. This time, I'll take the sales, drag and drop here. Just observe now what happens. Can you see that? I've got converted to visualization. That is the chart. Now what I'll do is, I'll try to swap. Swap means interchange. What people will do, they'll take this region, put it here, and take this sales and put it here. See, column chart. Don't have to do this. Can you see here? I have one swap button here, Control W. Shortcut key. See, it is fine. I want a table, put that as a text. I want that to be like a chart, then put it here in this rows or columns. Done? Understood what I did? Now this what I have, the sales, sum of sales is nothing but the plot what you can see at the series. The one what you see here, the region, that is nothing but the labels. Now understand the labels what we have here, they're called as the dimension. The plot what you see here, which is getting calculated, they are called as the measures. That's all. Simple. Understood? Okay. Now I want the report. Here I have a report by region, right? That is sales value. Now what I want is, I want a report. Same report, but I also want the breakup for categories. The categories. Now what I'll do, where is my category? Now it is here. Drag and I'll drop it here. Can you see that? Now I have the central, east, south, and west, the region. And can you see here, furniture, office supplies, technology, which is nothing but the category. The first level is region. The second level is category. So what I'll do, now I'll just drag it and I'll drop it here. Let me see. Got exchanged. Can you see here? Now the first level is furniture, then office supplies, and then I have technology. But here you can see central, east, southwest, central, east, southwest. So now I have to decide on which level the data should. Now let me remove this category. Can I use this plus? I'll click on this plus. See, region, the next level is state. If I click on this, the next level will be by city. Then again, if I click on this, by postal code. Now let me remove this postal code. Let me remove this state. Now it is region and city. Let me remove this city. See, now I have only region. Now I'll take this state. Can I rearrange? See, still you can do it. So however you want, you can keep dragging and dropping. That you will have to practice. But don't practice just drag and drop and take the wrong column and then do the experiment. Try logically, you see, no one will actually create some report like this, right? State first and region. So we'll just go here and put it here like this. But for me, as of now, I want something like this. I'll take this category, put it here. This is the column chart. wherein I have the breakup for each region and the categories. No, I don't want like this. I want to see the total of these. See, these three got split now. It got split into three different bars. That is the column chart. What I'll do, I'll take this category. I'm taking this category. I'll drop it here in this color. Can you see that color? This color. This called as the card. I will drop it. See? It is something like what we call as legend in Power BI and Excel. Here we call it as color. You can see that I just dragged and dropped. Understood? Now you can see that there is one small icon here for the colors. I can have only one column in this color tab. If you think I'll try to add one more say, segment and then drag and drop. See, that is gone. Category is gone. Segment is available. But can I add one more column here? Yes, that you can do. I'll go here, category. See, this you can. Got it? Okay. Now, let me remove this segment. I have 4 bars here, right? People, here we don't have anything called as the column chart. Let me show you. If I go here, see. If you go and click on the C, this is horizontal bars, and this will be stacked bars. Okay, this is side by side bars. We don't have anything called as column chart. We don't call it as column chart here. It's a column chart. For our reference, it is column chart because in Excel and Power BI we have learned that. So you can call it as column chart, but here in Tableau they call it as horizontal or vertical bars. Okay, so don't worry. In Python also we don't have column chart. We have horizontal bars or vertical bars. Okay, don't worry. It's a bar actually, but we call it as column chart or bar chart in Excel and Power BI. So here we call it as the vertice, the horizontal or vertical bars. Now let me remove this. We'll swap it. Okay. Now I have this. We just saw that different colors, right? Now what I want is I want these bars to be plotted not by colors, but by the size. What I'll do, I'll take this sales and put it in size. Can you see that it's getting reduced? Or what we'll do, instead of the sales, let me take profit. I think we can see now. Can you see the size of the bar? Now the size of the bar is depending on the size. So what does that mean? You can use these small cards, whatever is there, depending on my requirement. Say I want to show the chart. I want to show this chart depending on the size of the profit. You can go here, you can drag and drop. You can see the chart here. See? It is getting reduced. If I remove this, again, all the bars will be same size. If you want to show the reports depending on the size of the bars, then we can use that size. Label. Are we having any label here? Labels are what? Say I want to see the labels for these bars. I'll go to the sales, put it in labels. Can you see this? The detail, whatever you have, this we'll be having for this mostly we'll have this for the pie chart. So when you come to pie chart, I'll tell you. But otherwise, you can still drag and drop. I'm not sure whether you'll get the proper results. So you will get something like this. Okay. But this is more appropriate for the pie chart. When you come to pie chart, I'll explain. But still, can you see that? Here we are getting the breakup, but not the colors. If you want the colors, then I have to go here and put it in colors like this. See? Tool tip, say for example, I have this. I want to get the tool tip. Say, you know what happens? Let me just show you. I will remove this region and will take this state. Okay, there are so many lines here. When I move my cursor here, are we having any region here? Do we have any region? No, we don't have the region here. We have only the state and the sales. Now what I'll do, I'll take this region and put it in tooltip. Now let me move my cursor here. Can you see that region? So whenever you want any extra information in my tooltip, I can just drag and drop here. So this you should actually give only when you have that proper, values to be shown. Otherwise, now suppose if I go here and I take this segment and put it in label, sorry, segment and put it in tooltip. See, it's showing me star. Why? Because in one state, I can have multiple segments, correct? So whenever you're actually trying to create the reports, make sure that you think logically. If it was one state and one segment, yes, in this state, we have the same. Say, let me take one more example. I'll take this subcategory, okay? And in the tooltip, I'll take category. This is fine. Why? Because all the subcategories are categorized depending on the category column. See, you can see that this is technology, this is office supplies, this is office supply. See, understood. So if you have unique values, then it is fine. Otherwise, it is not understood of all these things. All right, let me clear this. Clear this. Okay, all right. Let me create one more chart. Okay, I'll go here. I'll try to create one chart. I'll take profit. I'll take sales. Can you see here? I'm getting one dot kind of thing here. Let me take state or say subcategory and I'll put it in colors. Can you see now there are so many dots? That is, it is splitting now. Different colors. Now, did you see something here? One more box appear, one more card appear. This is called as shape. Shape will appear only when you have these kind of shapes. I'm not happy with this dot. No, I don't want. Let me click on the shape. See, I have so many shapes. See, let me click on this round. I want this. The size should be increased. Click on the size. You can also increase this. Now I want the size to be depending on the sales what I have. Take the sales, drag and drop here. Can you see the dots now? Depending on the size of the sales. Understood? Fine. Let me go here. I'll click on this shape. So I have so many, different shapes. I'm not happy with these shapes. I want something different, unique, or say some creativity. I'll click on this more shape. Can you see this? I have more shapes here. Whichever I want, I can go, I can select this outside. There we saw that there is one small box came there also, it was there. Now I'm still not happy with this. I'll go here. Can you see this? There are so many. Let me go here. Let me select this one. Images. Let me click on this. See, let me increase the size. Let me show you one more interesting thing. Okay, I'm just telling you, if you have that shape, you can do, lot many things. Let me take, I'm just showing you something, how interesting we can create, the reports. I'll just drag this subcategory and put it. You don't bother, just drag and drop. Later on, we can swap and do a lot of things, okay? And then I'll take this sales. Okay, let me swap it. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll again take this sales and drop. Okay. Can you see that I just took this? If you want to have the same thing, say hold control and drag, this will become duplicate. Now I have two, say same column twice I've taken, same sales column twice. I'll click here and I'll make it as dual axis. Can you see this? Don't worry, this is just to show you something interesting. These kind of charts will be learning, okay, in the next coming sessions, not just a simple charts. I'll show you the unique way of showing the reports. You would have not seen those kind of charts. Even if you join some paid class also, they'll not show so much. I'll be showing you some very, very interesting charts. And also there are lot many things which you yourself can learn, that also I'll show you. So So you can learn about advanced charts as well. Let me show you what I want to show here. See, now this one is there. Now if you see here, previously, see if it is only one, say I'll have only this, only one, say the cards, whatever is there here. But when I take one more, let's say I'll take the sales. See, I'll get two now. See, this for all, sum of sales two. I'll make it as dual axis. Can you see here? Sales one, sales two. What I'll do is I'll go here, the sales two, I'll change this to bar graph. And this one, what you see, right? This one, say, you have this start. Bar graph. And this one, I'll change this to shape. Okay. Anything, say this one or this one. I just change this to shape. Now this bar, I'll reduce it. Okay. And then I'll go to this shape. And what I've done is I've taken one image like this. Let's say, okay, I'll increase the size. And I'll go to this colors, more colors, and take color like this. Can you see this? This becomes this called as lollipop chart. Showing always the column chart, bar chart, pie chart, line chart. You can show something like this. For this, I want label. Yes, we can do that. I'll go to the sales, drag and drop in this. Can you see the labels? Or I want the labels here. See, I have the labels here. I'm just telling you how the tablet can be utilized. There are so many interesting things, so many. Okay. So today I'm not actually teaching you the visualization. I'm just telling you within few minutes, you can create wonderful charts. You don't have to bother. That is why most of the people actually prefer business intelligence tools. Now you understood why people actually go for business intelligence tools. The reason is we can create advanced charts or any innovative charts within few minutes. For the same thing in Excel also we can do, but it'll take time. We have to arrange the data. We have to take, say, the data is not summarized. We have to create pivot tables and again copy the data, paste it. A lot of things are there. You have to write formulas. Here it's not like that. Everything is available right in the tool itself. Just you'll have to know what I have to drag and drop. Understood? All of you? Yeah. Right. So we understood about these cards. Cards we understood. And now we have something called as show me. So what this show me is all about, let me tell you. I will go here and I'll drag this region and sales done over. Now what I feel, this chart, I'm not happy. I want some chart, say I want a pie chart. Can you see? Click on this. This will get changed to pie chart. No, I'm not happy with this. I want to change this to bubble chart. See the bubble chart. Still, I'm not happy with this. I'll go to tree map. Show me will allow with the columns what I have taken, what all visualizations I can create. It will recommend. Now you see, let me clear this. I will try to take the order date. Okay, and I'll take the sales. Can you see here? The line charts, the area charts, and some of the charts have been enabled. Now let me go and I will remove this. I will take region and I'll take sales. Can you see a line chart getting enabled? Is it enabled? The line chart and the what is the area chart enabled? No. Why? Because the line chart are always meant for the trend chart. Trend means they're trying to have, let's say, one duration to another duration. That's why here it is by default. When I take the date, then only those charts will be enabled. But in Power BI and all, we can easily create for any columns, we can create the line chart, which is not correct. Understood? So this show me, I'm just People understand. Today I'm not teaching anything. If you're not able to understand the visualizations, please don't worry. Tomorrow we are having the visualization class. I'll teach there. Today I'm just telling you what all things are available. I'll tell you people, if you don't understand, if you don't explore things, it will become very difficult for working on anything. Simple. Now itself, whatever I did, it is not at all advanced or it is not at all something which, more technical. You're just trying to understand what all things are available. That's all, right? I just told you about the pills. I told you about the shelves, the cards, how to change the colors, how to change the shape. Is it difficult to learn? No. But don't you feel by using this, we can create wonderful charts? Most of the people, what they think? Advanced means learning advanced options. No. Advanced means with a simple option, showing them more advanced way. I created one lollipop chart. Okay. I'll tell you. I went to one corporate company. There they wanted to create some charts. Okay, I cannot name that company because it's a very big company actually. So they were asking me, sir, we know column chart, so many things they told. They told we have to have some innovative things. I told what innovative you want. I just showed them this one chart. You know how? Did you see how much time it took? Not even 2 minutes, right? They were so much surprised and they started clapping. They were saying, "Oh, this is wonderful. We never seen this and all." But very frankly, tell me, you think you require so much of boosting, nothing. It's a very simple one. So simple things when you show in a more advanced way, that is actually the creativity. Not learning something very complex. And again, for simple things, they'll work on so say I've seen some people working on macros for everything. It's a very simple task. Delete one column. If I ask you to delete one column, they'll start writing code. No, we'll automate this. For those things we require right click delete over. For that, why should we actually create such big codes now? Why? Because they want to show that they are more advanced, they are more experienced. Never do that. For me, I'll always tell you any complex things should be shown in a very simple way, but others should feel it is more advanced. Right? People will feel, oh my god, this guy is very experienced, very advanced. No, should be very simple because next time you have to do the same thing. If someone will ask and they'll tell, do the same thing, you should be able to do it. If you copy somewhere, some big codes and all, copy and paste. People do this in ChatGPT, right? You ask some codes, they'll write that ChatGPT, it'll not even think. It'll give one big code, 5-page, 6-page code, copy paste, output has come. Now you ask, what did you do? Sir, I gave one prompt in ChatGPT. Here now I don't know what to do. Don't do that. ChatGPT or Google, everything you use it. I'm not telling it is wrong. Please use it, but make sure that you'll also understand whatever the output you get. Okay, right, people. So I was telling about exploring all these things. We've explored a lot many things now. Now we'll also understand a few more things, which is more important for us for the calculations. Let me remove this. Okay. Now let me show you something very interesting. I'll take this region in row head. Okay. Now I'll take the sales. I'll take the profit. Take it here only. Is it coming properly? No, it was supposed to be like next column, right? It's not coming properly. Okay, let me take quantity. When I took this quantity, something happened, right? Something, say measure names, measure values, something is coming there. Did I drag and drop that? No, but something came. I don't know what it is. Let me just remove all this. Let's try again. Sales, profit. That is coming here. Let me change this to table. Again, some measure names, some measure values are coming. So people, this is very important. I just wanted to show you what happens when you are actually trying to do something. Automatically something, it comes here. We don't know what it is. So I don't know. Did I drag this measure names or measure values? No, but still why it is coming? Let me tell you. So people first will understand what this measure names and measure values are. Most of the people don't explain this, but I'll tell you this, if you don't understand, while creating the reports, you'll get surprised because these things will come automatically. They'll get generated automatically. I'll show you again, see, sales, and again, profit. I'll just go and click on this table. See, it's coming. First, let's understand what this measure names and measure values are. Now, instead of taking any columns, what I'll do is, let me go here. See, can you see here? We have measure names. And can you see here? We have measure values. People, 1 minute. I have one courier. Just 1 minute, please. Right, people, sorry. Okay, let's continue. Yeah. Okay, so I was talking about measure names and measure values. Please concentrate. If you are making a note or something, please stop. Just listen carefully because this one thing is slightly confusing, but once you understand, it will become very easy. Okay, right. So what I was telling, measure names, measure values, these two columns, whatever is there, they get created automatically. So what is measure names? What is measure values? Let me tell you. You know what is measure, correct? What is measure? Measure is nothing but the numbers, the green color pills, right? Just remember, whatever you see here, all this are measures. Measure names means, can you see this names of this, the heading? The heading that will be available here. Now let me go here and I'll take this measure names and I'll put it here. Says no measures. Fine, no problem. Now let me take the measure values and put it in text. Can you see that? Can you see here all the measures, whatever is there here, that is appearing here. Let me show you again. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Okay. Let me take the sales and drag and drop one. Are we getting any heading there for the sales column? Are we getting any heading there? Is there any heading here?
No, sir.
No heading. Why? Because we have to take the measure names there. But see, I'll click on this table. It's already in table. Let me take one more. Profit, put it here. Can you see that? Automatically measure names came. Why? I need the headers. Understood? Automatically is coming. This will come automatically. But once it is coming automatically, we will get surprised because suddenly something is coming, measure names, measure names. So first we should understand what these measure names and measure values are. Let me show you again. Let me clear all this. Okay. I will take the region and I'll take this measure names and I'll put it here. Okay. And then we'll take measure values and put it here. Measure values are nothing but the aggregated values for all the columns what we have taken here. Let me remove this. See? Can you see this? What is happening? Everything is getting jumbled in one column. Now, I will take this measure names and I'll put it here. See? Getting all the names. But people, I want only those columns. Okay, only those columns. See, I don't want this orders. I'll remove this. See? I don't want the discount. I want only these three columns. I have the filters here. Let me go here and I'll say edit filter. Can you see here? I have all the column names. What I'll do, I'll select this. Say okay. Again, I got that. I'll go here to this filter, edit filter. I don't want this count of orders, discount and quantity. I'll say okay. I can see that got removed automatically. So either we can go to this filters and then remove it, or I can go here, I can remove here. If I just remove this, again it will come because there is no filters. Now let me remove this orders, automatically it will. So either I can do it manually or automatically it will take care. But people just keep this in mind, measure values and measure names. Okay. You go and check in any YouTube channel or anything, they'll make you confused like anything. But I'm just telling you in a very simple way. Why? Because when I started learning this Tableau, so see, when I started this, it's not that by magic I learned everything. When I was actually learning, it was very confusing for me because you don't see this in Power BI, you don't see this in Excel. But in suddenly, in Tableau, when I was working on some project, suddenly something is coming. I don't know what it is. I went and searched so many things I was not able to understand. Then I slowly tried to understand what's happening. Then only I understood measure names, measure values are completely related to the numbers, measures. So now we understood what is measure names, measure values, right? So whenever you think that I'm actually taking the numbers, the number columns, especially the measures, if I'm not getting the heading, then I have to take this measure names. So next time, whenever you get this measure names and measure values, don't get surprised. It is nothing but the headings. Let me show you again. I'll clear this. I will take the region, or this time I'll take something else. By always region, will take subcategory. And now I'll take the discount, and then let me take sales. See, automatically it will come. Let me remove this measure names. Here, if I click on this table, see. So this measure names and measure values, though it is slightly confusing, it is not at all difficult to understand. They are actually measure names are nothing but the headings. Measure values are nothing but the values. That's all. Okay, all of you understood? So let's recap quickly whatever we have learned. So today we learned about hierarchy, folder, then about all these cards, the pills, what is the dimension and measures, and we also saw these columns and rows and show me, and we learned about the canvas and measures, values, correct? And one more thing, finally, before we close the session, can you see here? The data is actually classified into two parts. One is all the blue colors, one is all the green colors. These are measures. In the interview, don't go and tell us, sir, the blue color and the green color. But this is just for you to understand the simple way of telling. But still, you can tell that, it's actually the fact. Okay. But don't say that green colors are measures, blue colors are dimension. If they ask, just say it is dimension and measure. That's all. If they keep asking you and if you're not able to answer, then say, sir, I understood something like this. All the dimensions are in the blue pills and the measures are in green pills. This is what I've understood. So like this, I'm actually trying to use the logics. That's all over. Nothing. They also feel because they also have learned like that only. I also have learned like that only. Because in the beginning, this Tableau is slightly confusing. But if you understand, that is the easiest business intelligence tool, what I can say, than Power BI. But Power BI is more used because we have more options and more salary. Okay, keep this in mind. But don't ignore Tableau. People don't ignore Tableau. Tableau is also used in 90% of the company. Okay. Right. So I'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll start working on the visualizations, all various different types of visualizations I'll be telling you. So learn that. And from next week, we'll work on the functions, that is the formulas. Okay, a lot many things are there. We have dynamic formulas here, exactly like in Excel. Okay, so we learn that. Then we'll go and work on some projects next on a higher end we'll try to Okay, right. So before we end the session, there are some people who might have the doubts. So we'll ask these people, and then I'll ask you people if you have any doubts, and then we can close this session. Okay. So people online, I think there are already some messages coming here. So one message is from Nisarga. Please conduct a free Power BI weekend class, sir. It will be very useful for everyone. Okay. For this, let me tell you from next week. Okay. There is a 5-day session going on SQL and Power BI evening 9 to 11. That is 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. in Kannada. Completely free with certification. If anybody wants to attend, they can attend. Again, this is non-commercial, no marketing, no commercials, as we always do. It is from 17th to what is that? 17th to 21st. Okay, it will be in the evening. That is 9 to 11. Now you might ask why it's so late, because most of the people actually requested. Last time I did 7 to 9, people were not there. But this time I want many people, okay? Because last time when I saw there were only 5 to 10 people. People, we are doing this for your sake only, okay? I'm not telling, I'm not forcing. Even if the 5 people are also, I can do. But last time, most of them actually wanted to postpone it, got postponed. So if anybody wants to attend, this will be complete training on SQL and Power BI in Kannada. Okay. But if you ask in English, yes, we are actually planning, but I'm not getting time. I have complete tied up with the corporate trainings. Next week also Toyota Industries are coming. There are so many corporate trainings are coming. So whenever I get time, for sure, we'll try to arrange the classes like this. Utilize that. Okay. Right.
How
Many
to
already have
register for
registered.
that,
Okay.
sir?
Whoever has registered, don't worry. So you'll get the link. Yeah. Tell me.
No, no, sir. How to register for that?
I have sent one link in the Telegram channel, that is community channel. So if you're not there,
Okay.
just message me. I'll send the link again.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Right. Fine. Any questions on this class today?
Sir,
Any
can you
questions?
show how to save and how to share reports that we have created with other team members?
Not now. For that, there is a session. Okay. Let's not
Okay.
jump the topics. There are a lot many things. I understood what you're telling. There is a session on that. Okay. So I'm asking any doubts in this session. Because you know what happens now, you'll ask one doubt, then one more fellow will say, no, I'm creating one report, please. So you know what happens? This will actually jump the topics. That will actually make more confusion. So let's go with the flow. But I'll promise you, I'll surely teach. Okay.
Okay, sir, no issue. Thank
Okay.
you.
Soumya, super question. Why is your mouse red? No, it's not mouse. It is the what is that? The pointer is red. The reason I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason also. The reason is whenever I was actually using that normal thing, the people used to tell, "Sir, I'm not able to see the pointer." Especially the people online, they're not able to see the pointer. So they kept on telling that, sir, your mouse pointer is not seen. So I changed that to red color because it is like easily everyone can see. Okay. So it's a good question. Whether your son has asked or whoever has, let me clarify because people will be keep thinking why this color is actually keeping this red color. Okay. So it's not because of me, it's because of the students I kept. So if they are happy, I'm happy. That's all. Right. Soumya, just tell your son. Yeah. So for folder creation, we need to take specific categories for presentation. I didn't get Naresh, I didn't get your question. Sir, for folder creation, we need to take specific categories. No, it's not that you have to take specific categories. You can keep anything. Anything can be kept there, but there should be some meaning. Say now in that folder, what I created, the products, I can put even the region, the locations, everything I can put. But you know what happens when I actually try to create the report? Say, for example, I'll go here. See here, I have this. When I go to this folder, it is obvious that yes, for the products, all the columns are here. I'll go there. But imagine I'll go and I'll take this, even ship date we can put actually. Say I'll go and I'll put this customer name. All this, if I put, you know what happens, it will be more confusing. So when I create a folder, so it should be appropriate, the related columns. So you can put anything, nothing wrong. But what I'm telling is try to keep the appropriate columns there. Next, like state if product taken in show more members. Like state, Naresh, I'm not able to understand. Like state if product taken, it shows for adding column. What is the difference between Tableau versions like? Okay, the difference, don't worry. The difference of any versions, okay? Difference of any versions, may it be Tableau, Power BI, or any versions, it is just that they'll be adding more new options. You have to go and we have to explore, that's all. There might be more options because if you see in the the version which I started learning, we didn't have so many options. Even the data source, what you see now, it is totally changed. We didn't have this option previously. You had to go directly change here. Now we have this option. Okay. And even there are a lot many changes here also. If you go to this one, so I have to go and explore. There are so many new additions which should have been happened. So version changes are nothing but the new options would have been included. That's all. Okay. Naresh, still I didn't understand your question. Says like
Sir,
state if
sir, if you don't
yeah.
mind, can you again tell us how to create a folder again?
Okay, sure. No problem. Folder, you just have to go to any of the columns, right click and say folder. Okay. And this you will get only if you're grouping it by folder. If it is by data source, see, it's gone. Folder will not be there. You can create hierarchy, but not the folders. So it has to be grouped by folders. Let's go here. Group by folder. Then it will just right click and say
Okay.
create folder. Folders, create a folder. If you already have, go and check if it is appropriate. Just put the columns there. Right, people?
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
Right. Right, people. So I'll close the session now. If you still have any questions, please make a note. We'll have, still we have so many sessions to go. So you can still ask me in any of the sessions, or we can have one session only for the doubt clearance. Okay. After a few classes, we'll not take one class. We'll just keep only for the doubt. We can clarify all your doubts. Okay.
If you want to
Right, people.
practice the
Yeah.
Sir, if you have to practice the same what you taught today, the
Tomorrow I'll
Excel
give you
and
all the files. Tomorrow I'll give you
huh,
all the files because still we
okay,
have not started any practicals. Just we are, stepping. Okay. So tomorrow I'll
okay,
give you some files to practice.
sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Right, people. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir.